Okay, go live. Yes, sir. Let's go. All right. We are live, folks. How is it going? 2024 trade deadline. We are here live for the next 2 hours. Deadline is at 3 p.m. Eastern, and we're going to be here for all of it. We're going to be breaking down the players that have already been dealt, the players that could be dealt, and everything here today. So stick with us. If you guys are joining us, we got 70 already in the chat. Great to see you guys. Make sure that like button, hit that subscribe button as well. We already got so many beauties in here. We got Mango, Sam, Zachary, Cameron, Ali, Roberts, Andreas is in here. We got Will, Lego, Bolt, GA, Patrick we got in here as well. Joe, we got Virtuoso, we got Will Sill, Thomas. How is it going, y'all? Say hello in the chat if you guys are just dropping by. But we're going to be here for the next 2 hours breaking down every little move, and we'd love to have you here. So again, everything you guys can do, whether it's hitting that like button, donations, whatever wherever it is, everything is appreciated. And thank you guys so much for all the support during trade deadline season. It has been an absolute wild ride. Kind of like, last year we saw a bunch of trades like 3 weeks before the deadline. This time, they waited until 2 days before, but there's still quite a few options out there. Since we made our trade video yesterday, grading all the different trades and what's happened, we've seen actually a lot of different deals, and we're going to go through them as well before we get to the craziness that is likely to come in the future. But of course, as you guys already know, we got all of the insiders on Twitter here. I already got them ready to go, so as soon as Chris Johnson or Elliot Freeman or Pierre LeBrun, any of them tweet, we are going to get the live reactions right here, right now. But it's great to see you guys all come in. Hit that like button if you're just dropping by. Let's get this stream started. It's great to see you guys all come in. And it's going to be a wild next couple hours. I think we're in for a lot of surprises. There's still tons of teams out there that haven't made a big move that might get a little bit desperate. The New York Rangers, I think, are definitely one to watch as well for that. And to me, the Rangers are honestly a big wild card. Buchnevich is still available, folks. I'm just saying. Cameron, what's going on? John, I love you too. You're the king. Dylan, good to see you tonight. Too cool for hockey, the ultimate troll. Excuse me. Jeez. I'm surprised Dallas is quiet. Me too. I feel like Sealer was going to be their guy, and then him getting re-signed kind of ruined things a little bit, but we'll see. Raph, what's going on? D-Hog, Caden, here in Buchnevich to the Rangers. Ryan, I need that so bad right now. Please. I mean, Buchnevich to me would be perfect for the Rangers. I mean, I know it will cost a lot, but I don't care. Like, I feel like he would be just so perfect for what the Rangers need. And I'm sorry, it needs to happen. It needs to happen.
Is at 3 p.m. Eastern. And
oh, I pulled up the stream. That's why craziness was happening. Neil, wake up. I agree. Please, Dallas, we need something. I mean, what are you guys thinking for the next 2 hours? Because we got right now almost an hour and a half to go until the deadline. I want to know what you guys are thinking. What are your bold predictions still with an hour and a half to go? What do we see? Which players could be moved? There's still a few guys that could be on the move. It's interesting because Daily Faceoff put up their trade targets earlier in the morning, but already a lot of them have gone, which kind of limits the field a little bit. But in terms of the guys that were available this morning, Toffoli's already gone. Reilly Smith is still available, which I'm kind of surprised by, honestly, considering how many guys Pittsburgh's already dealt. Max Pacioretty is still available. Jordan Eberle got re-signed, so no reunion there with the Oilers. Pavel Buchnevich is still available. Nic Dowd is still available. That one surprised me a lot. I thought a lot of people would be in on Dowd, but not. We haven't really heard his name, honestly, a lot at least today. Matt Dumba, Frank Vatrano. We've heard a little bit about the Rangers going after Vatrano if a lot of their options kind of dry up. You also got Jakob Chychrun. I'm not sure how likely he is to be dealt. It doesn't feel. I got a feeling that he's not going to be dealt this deadline. You got Barrie, Jason Zucker just got traded to the Predators, Erik Brannstrom, Jake Allen, Jacob Markstrom. Honestly, a lot of the goalies. Like, we haven't seen any goalie trades, which I think the only goalie trade I actually predicted was like Kaapo Kakko or something. I kind of saw it being a quiet market on the goaltending side, and I feel like we've seen that happen so far. Hurricanes trade Marty Natchez for Sidney Crosby. Any person that is saying that Crosby will get traded doesn't know what the heck they're talking about. I saw so many people. Oh, seeing the tweet from Bob, I don't even know what it plugged in Bob or whatever the heck his name is. I don't care what he's broken before. Him saying that Crosby could want to go to different teams, stupid. That's never going to happen. At least not right now. I mean, maybe after his contract is done, we could see him sign somewhere else, but that would be the earliest it would ever happen, in my opinion. What do you think about Devin to Dallas? I would not like it too much. I mean, it's depth. I don't think they'd play him that much, but I just don't think he's really what they would need defensively. I mean, he's fine, but I feel like he hasn't had the greatest year for Arizona. A lot of it is just, I guess, the physical play that maybe is the most enticing thing, but let's actually just go through the trades that we've seen over the past little bit, because just in the last hour, we've seen just so many things happening. We got Jason Zucker going to the Nashville Predators. That was pretty big. By the way, if you guys haven't followed me on Twitter, follow me at Nathan Gravity. It is the best place to get your NHL news and everything like that. So highly appreciate it. But we got Arizona and Nashville connecting on a deal. I kind of saw Nashville making a couple of sneaky deals. I kind of saw them going after a Frank Vatrano, perhaps. Jason Zucker, though, I think fits them pretty well. And the trade price was a no-brainer. I mean, it was like, what, a 6th round pick, I think? Yeah, Dallas' 6th round pick, which is basically going to be a 7th. Let's hope this year. I mean, I think that is a no-brainer move to make for Nashville. I mean, yeah, I think Trenton is probably a better player than Zucker at this stage, but you get the picks that you got in the Trenton deal, and you just give up a 6 for Zucker. I mean, I honestly really like what Nashville's done in this deadline. Kind of like a retool in a trade deadline itself. It's kind of strange, but I honestly can see the vision. I think they've done a pretty good job. Now, we haven't talked about this Tyler Toffoli deal. Can we get some L's in the chat for the New Jersey Devils? Because, oh man, this is just sad. It's just kind of sad. I feel like I don't really know what I was expecting, but I was expecting more than this, that's for sure. Dad Talks coming in with a $7 donation. Thank you so much. Have you noticed that the Senators fandom has quickly gone down? I myself feel like throwing the jersey on the ice. I mean, I don't blame you guys. Like, it's a sucky situation, just the lack of real progress whatsoever. And honestly, like, I don't blame y'all. You guys deserve a much better team, that's for sure. We got 400 in the chat. Thank you guys so much for dropping by. If you guys haven't subscribed already, we've done all the trade deadline coverage this year so much every single day on this channel, or every single weekday, and we'd love to have you here throughout the rest of the year. We're still going to be talking trade rumors, and then we're going to be heading towards the playoffs and talking about that as well. So if you guys want to stick with us, and also for the draft or free agency, we're going to be covering all of that here on this channel, that you won't want to miss a thing. So every subscription helps, and we'd love to have you here. We also got a 5 from Will coming in like old times, buddy. Been a minute, man. How are you feeling about Duclair? Personally, Tampa needs defense, not forward depth, so it doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, I thought Duclair was a weird fit with Tampa. Honestly, I really like that trade for the San Jose Sharks. Like, that deal was really interesting. Let me see if I can pull it up here from Cap Friendly. Yeah, so as you guys can see with the Duclair deal here, you had Jack Thompson and a 3rd round pick going to the San Jose Sharks in exchange for Duclair and a 7th. I mean, Duclair is a good player. I like his speed, and I like how he could fit on Tampa's roster. But in terms of what they needed, it's kind of a player that I don't feel like they usually go for. And I agree. I mean, I feel like if they went for the Chad Ruedel type trade that the Rangers just made, that would have been a much better acquisition for that defense. That's the thing, though. They lost out on Hanifin, and they haven't really done anything else. I thought Hanifin would be a perfect fit in Tampa Bay, exactly what they needed. We talked about that in the predictions video, but they haven't traded for any D, which to me is a humongous mistake. I mean, Tampa's defense has been rough for the last couple of years now, and I just don't really feel like there's much of a plan there. I mean, I like Duclair, but he is not a defensive player. He's going to make their overall defense worse. And you give up Jack Thompson. I like Jack Thompson quite a bit as a prospect, right D. And the thing is, he's done pretty well at the AHL level for Syracuse this year, really the past couple of years as a D. And he's only going to be turning 22 this March. So to me, he's a really young prospect. He's a guy that's already done really well offensively with Syracuse. And I don't know. I feel like for San Jose, it's a no-brainer move. You get a pretty solid, I would say maybe potentially 4th defenseman at the NHL level in the future, and a 3rd round pick. To me, that's perfect. And honestly, it's probably one of the better value we've seen for a rental at this deadline. Gary coming in with a 5. Thoughts on the Flyers' moves with Danny B thus far? Yeah, Philly's been interesting, eh? I mean, honestly, the Sean Walker deal was perfect to me. Like, that's exactly what they should be doing. Thankfully, Cap Friendly just makes it super easy. We could just sort by trades they made. Yeah, so they were a part of the Noah Hanifin deal. They were the 13 broker there. Of course, they were a big part of the Sean Walker deal, selling him off to get a 1st round pick. I think they've done great. I'm honestly getting a 1st round pick for Sean Walker is incredible, and you get an extra 5th round pick for a retaining salary that doesn't really matter. I mean, Philadelphia, that's exactly what they should be doing. Any team that has cap space should be involved in 3-team trades. I will say, one of the bold predictions that we made on the channel that has really come true is the amount of 3-team trades. I said there was going to be a ton of them this year, and we have seen a ton of them. I mean, we haven't seen it a lot in the last day or so, but we saw the Noah Hanifin deal. We saw the Adam Henrique deal being a 3-team trade. We saw the Ilya Labushkin deal being a 3-team trade. So that's definitely checked off for sure. But yeah, I think the Flyers have done pretty well. And also after this stream, y'all, we're going to be going through every single team and grading every single team's trade deadline in a video after the stream. So look out for that as well for more of detailed thoughts on your team. But I want to know in the comments down below, for everybody in this chat right now, what do you want to see your favorite team do? Is there anything else you want them to do? You want to see them to trade somebody, to trade for somebody? Let us know if there's one thing you want from your team. What is it? And Daddy comes in with a $2 donation. Do you think the Caps make any more moves? I mean, I feel like Max Pacioretty is the big one, right? Like, he's probably the most likely out of any other Washington Capitals to be traded. I mean, it makes sense, right? We've already heard that that Washington wants to trade him. Max Pacioretty always kind of felt like a kind of a temporary option in Washington. But we'll see. I mean, I feel like he could be a pretty interesting middle six fit for a lot of teams if they want to get maybe a power play boost, perhaps. I mean, he's actually been pretty good this year, so we'll see how it works out. Let me see. Do I have the chat box going? Let me just make sure. All right, it should be. Oh, this is just for the chat. Oh, geez. Oh, alert box. Here we go. Okay, so sorry for everybody that has donated earlier, but now the alert box should be coming up. I don't know. Have you guys had a actual sound come up when anybody has donated? Like, have you guys been able to hear anything? Because I'll get the alert box going here, but yeah, it should be on the screen now. So if you guys donate, you'll have your message come up on the screen. Sorry about that. What's your thought of Fleury going to Toronto? It doesn't seem like Fleury is going to be dull this deadline, which I feel like, honestly, Toronto would have been a pretty good fit. But I don't feel like there's going to be any other moves. Look for a Matthew Nyes paper transaction. Down today, up tomorrow. Ooh, interesting. Max Pacioretty has been presented with an opportunity to waive his no-move clause for a contender. I'm told no decision yet as of this time. Jacob! Thank you so much for being a member again, buddy. 22 months. Is it almost 2 years of being Quiz Master? I guess so, dude. You've been an absolute legend. Can we get some Jacob hype? And also, Reese coming with the donation. Can you tell me what the Flames do from now on? I mean, honestly, Reese, thank you for the first donation on the channel, by the way. Absolute king stuff there. But I mean, I feel like Calgary's been kind of interesting, right? I mean, by the way, again, Pagnota saying that the Rangers, apparently Larry Brooks saying the Rangers are in on Pacioretty. Florida was in play before they added Okposo earlier. That makes sense. That makes sense. So apparently the Rangers could be going after Patches. That could be interesting. What do we think about the Rangers and Pacioretty? I mean, if that's their big move on the forward group, that would be kind of funny. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, for the Flames, they were obviously, they had a big part of the Noah Hanifin deal. They, of course, traded Christopher Tanev as well. Man, imagine if the Flames didn't make any moves during this trade deadline process. It would be so much more boring. But I mean, the Flames are interesting. We saw that depth deal as well. I honestly like that for the Flames. I really like Reilly Smith. I think he could be interesting. But looking, oh no, I did not mean to click on the Ducks. Jeez. The Flames are kind of in an interesting spot, eh? Like they don't really have that many more options. Maybe they trade I think we did hear a little bit about maybe they'll trade a Shillington, but I feel like that's kind of died down a little bit. Of course, there is still rumors about Jacob Markstrom, but I doubt at this stage that he's going to be dealt, just because it seems like New Jersey's out of the race. Thank you once again, Reese, for the dono. Appreciate you, big man. I appreciate you a ton. But yeah, I think Calgary's mostly done. But I mean, you look at what they've been able to acquire picks-wise. I mean, it's definitely a pretty full cupboard. So I think they've done a good job in that, even if they sold a ton of players to make it happen. But it's going to be interesting. I mean, I think we could see another thing in the chamber for them, but we'll have to wait and see. Let me get back to the chat here. Hey, Grab, what do you think of the Canes? 2 trades. Who would have thought Orlov, Kuzi, and Guentzel would be here, right, Kashi? Good to see you in the chat. I mean, Guentzel was a no-brainer. I'm super glad they finally gone for more superstar talent at the deadline. I feel like this has been years in the making, but I'm happy for him. And I don't think the prospects they had to give up were insane. I do think they're underrated, but they really do keep their top guys in Scott Morrow and Bradley Nadeau and Jackson Blake, and I think that was huge for them. And Alexander Nikishin, too. Let's see. Will coming over another 2. How will we feel about Brandstrom to Tampa? Brandstrom would be interesting. I mean, I don't think he fixes their defense, but I would kind of like to see it. I mean, Brandstrom under Tampa Bay's coaching staff defensively, I would like to see it. I'm just saying. I would like to see it. Fluffy with the 5, with the first donation on the channel. Thank you. Anything with Columbus or Anaheim? Anything on Crosby? Nothing on Crosby right now. Columbus has kind of been, it seems like inactive this deadline. There was rumors again about like a Elvis Merzlikins, but I doubt that's going to happen. I think Columbus is pretty much done. Anaheim might be the same way as well, unless we see if it's Drew with the 2. I'm a Rangers fan, so I want a Guentzel, but I'm live. I mean, Rangers fans, I'm so sorry. I do like the Chad Ruedel deal. I will say that. I do like the Chad Ruedel deal. It is pretty good. I mean, a 4th round pick, it's whatever. It's in 2027, but Chad Ruedel is a great depth D. I could see him doing pretty well there. But yeah, I do think the Rangers needed a play driver. I will say this. If they're going to give big assets for anyone, I'd much rather it be Buchnevich than Guentzel. I mean, Guentzel is an incredible guy to play alongside a great play driver. I don't think he's the guy that's necessarily driving the boat. And he's had that role of Crosby and Malcolm incredibly well in the past few years. He's been able to be consistent at it too. So to me, I really don't see. I'm gonna turn the desktop audio down a little bit so it's not so crazy for you guys. But I feel like for the Rangers, if they get Buchnevich in the end, I think all will be redeemed. Okay, all will be okay if they get Buchnevich. We have to pray. We have to make Buchnevich happen. Can we get? You know what? Let's get a hashtag going. We gotta get some good luck here. Booch to NYR. I want everybody in the chat. Booch to NYR right now, folks. Let's get it going. Let's get it going. We need it so bad. Christian, what's going on with coming in with the $5 dono? What would you do if you were Steve Yzerman? I would love a guy like Russ or Vatrano, maybe a Chychrun. Yeah, I mean, Steve Yzerman's been pretty interesting this deadline, eh? Like it's kind of weird because we just recently saw the deal where they gave away Klim Kostin for Radim Samek. To me, I feel like it was in their best interest to get an upgrade on an Ollie Mata or a Jeff Petrie, and that hasn't really happened. But I'm kind of okay with Detroit having a lesser deadline. I don't think they needed to really bring on all these assets for a rental. I don't think they were a team in a position to really need to do that. But we'll see. I mean, Larkin's out for the next couple weeks. Maybe they are in the mood for a desperate move. I'm not quite sure. Austin with the 24-month membership. Hey, Grav, long time no see on the streams. True, Austin, it's good to see you here tonight. It's good to see all you guys here this afternoon. We got 500 people in the chat, and we are 7 likes away from 100, everyone. Every like matters, and if you guys are enjoying, hit that like button. And thank you guys all for the donations today. You guys have been killing it so far. Next up, we got Matthew coming with the 2. Think Devils will get a goalie. Any more moves? I just feel like if they were going to get a goalie, it would have happened by now, honestly. Like, I feel like I feel like they might be sellers. We already saw the Toffoli deal, and that was kind of expected. But I just feel like I don't think we'll see them make any more other moves. I would be kind of surprised if we did. But nothing yet. I'm trying to refresh here. We got an hour and a half to go until the deadline. Everyone in the chat, I want to know if there's any real bold predictions you have. Any players that we don't know that could be traded or that you think will get traded? Because, I mean, a couple of deadlines ago, we saw Mantha for Vatrano right at the end of the deadline, and that was out of complete nowhere. And those were 2 teams that were desperate for a deal. And I think there's a lot of teams out there that are pretty desperate right now, so we'll see. Can you break down the Sealer guy? I mean, considering he's re-signed, he likely won't go to Dallas, but he was a really smart, consistent defensive D on Philly. Put up some pretty good numbers and good minutes with them. And I thought he would have been perfect in Dallas, but it is what it is. Yeah, we got all the boots to NYR. Let's go. Fluffy with a 2 coming in. Who do you think won that Carolina-Pittsburgh deal? I mean, I feel like people are saying that Pittsburgh got fleeced. I feel like they did pretty well, and I think Carolina has a pretty strong chance of going all the way. I mean, I think it's probably right now Carolina, Florida in the Eastern Conference Final, so I feel like there's a chance that second could upgrade to a first. If it does, I think that's great value for Pittsburgh, getting a first, and what Pittsburgh needed was to replenish that prospect pool. I know people are sad that they didn't get a top prospect from Carolina, but I really love Cruz Lucius. I think he's going to be a solid middle 6 piece. I think Ponomarev could be a good bottom 6 or 2, and Koivunen I think could be a smart third liner. I don't think it's going to bring in this unreal player, which could be a sad thing for Pens fans, but I feel like they've rejuvenated the depth in that prospect pool, and they really didn't have much besides Brayden Yager coming into this deadline, and I feel like they can add so much more to that prospect pool to be proud of now. But in saying that, I still think Carolina did pretty well. They didn't get rid of any of their top prospects, and they might not even get rid of a first. Now, they probably want to get rid of a first because that would mean they get to the Cup final and finally get over that hump, but still, we'll see what happens. Detroit has too many D-men, absolutely. That's the big thing for me. Like, I feel like they would need to trade a D to make something happen. Whoa, Jake Allen to New Jersey! Never mind! Never mind. Okay, so for Matthew, there you go. There you go, Matthew. Allen is going to the Devils, boys and girls. What? Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I guess the Devils are doing it. Folks. Jake Allen is finally happening. Also, apparently, Philadelphia has traded Wade Allison. I'm sorry, I don't care about that. Jake Allen, we got a Habs trade here, boys and girls. Ken Hughes has done something. He's done something. Okay, what do you guys think was going to be the details here? Because he has 2 years left on his deal. This is going to be interesting. I mean, I don't really know how much Jake Allen is going to fix New Jersey, especially considering some of their defensive woes this year. But he's been a fine backup for Montreal the past couple of seasons. That's not really, to me, the answer, I guess, for New Jersey. But I don't know. We'll see. The multi-year is a big part of this, though, because it won't just be a rental for New Jersey. They're going to have him next year. What do we think is going to happen here? Because will there be some salary retention, maybe? I mean, I'm not sure. Maybe New Jersey's trying to make one last push for the playoffs. Oh, boy. We got some drama here, folks. We have an hour and a half to go into the deadline. Let's friggin' go. I mean, New Jersey and Allen, we've talked about that fit as for a while. Really just any goalie in the New Jersey Devils. We'll see. Come on, give us the details. Freeman hearing traction. He's hearing traction, ladies and gentlemen. Rangers shouldn't do anything. Ooh, interesting, Andres. But yeah, finally the Montreal Canadiens make a move. I mean, there were rumors about a potential move of David Savard, but it looks like Jake Allen is going to be the one. This is interesting, y'all. This is really, really interesting. Now, Jake Allen, I think, in New Jersey, again, I don't think is going to solve their problems. And his stats over the past couple of years haven't been incredible, but I think he's coming in a role with Montreal and has done okay. But that's just the thing. Like, I'm not sure how much of a savior he's going to be for that goaltending group. I mean, we can look at his stats here, y'all, and look at what Jake Allen has been able to do. I mean, he's 33 years old, a multi-year deal. But you see what the last couple of years have brought. An .891 save percentage, an .892 save percentage. Now, Montreal has been bad, to be fair. Very, very bad, and defensively not very good either. But there's a lot of risk, in my opinion. Now, maybe Allen is able to bounce off a Vanacek or I don't even know who else, a Dawes maybe, and maybe they're able to get some chemistry going, and he's able to provide some rest for the others. But this is weird to me. If I were New Jersey, I would have just waited till the offseason and traded for Jacob Markstrom. To me, I think Markstrom was a much, much better fit. And somebody that you could actually see being the starter. That's the thing. That's the main problem here for me, is that I just can't see Allen being a starter at any point. At any point for New Jersey. And that's really the biggest thing, I guess, that's keeping me away from liking this deal, I guess. But we'll see. Let me see here. Kashi coming under the 5. Do you ever foresee Guentzel, Kuznetsov, and Orlov being teammate? Did you ever? No. Kuznetsov especially, man. We'll get into that deal as well. Carolina has had a funny trade deadline, but honestly, I kind of like it. Kuznetsov is going to be fascinating in Carolina, that's for sure. Rich, thank you for the 1. Appreciate you, big man. Good to see you in the stream. Cap, it could be rough next season. Yeah, maybe we'll see some salary retention here. Like, I would hope so. If there's no salary retention, then it better not be like for anything. That's the main thing for me though. Like, why didn't they just wait? I really don't get why they didn't wait. Like, to me, I think this could be a massive mistake for New Jersey. They needed a goalie, and I think Allen will be an upgrade, maybe. But by how much? Like, that's the big thing. By how much? And I feel like Allen could have been perfect. Like, I really don't feel like, or Markstrom could have been perfect. Oh boy. New Jersey, at least they made a move though. That's the big thing. But I'm not high on Allen, as you guys could probably tell. But at least it was something, you know. Now, in terms of goal save above expected, it's actually pretty interesting. Allen is right now with a 0.8, so he's pretty much as average as you can get in goal save above expected. And I think he is better than his save percentage this year. But, you know, that to save your goaltending, I'm not sure how much Allen's going to be able to do that. We'll see. I mean, he'd come into this New Jersey team having the best goal save above average, or above expected. So maybe Allen is able to do something there. We'll find out. We'll find out here soon, boys. But let us know what you guys think the actual. Okay. We get the actual trade here. Locked in. Frank Savelli coming in with it. New Jersey is going to get Jake Allen. In exchange, the Habs will get a conditional third, which can become a second based on games played. Oh, okay. I like that for Montreal. Potentially getting a second is real nice. I mean, even if it's a third round pick for Jake Allen, is there no salary retention? Is there no salary retention on this deal? If there's no salary retention and the Habs got potentially a second, that is wild. That is wild. Have you been over the past few months? I've been great, Layup. It's been awesome. You met Tom Grossi? That's legendary, dude. That's awesome. This won't solve New Jersey's goalie issues. I agree. This is a really strange one. This is a really, really strange one. Fluffy with a 5. Can Columbus trade Laine or JG? I would hate to, or Johnny Gaudreau. I would hate to see them go, but let's be real here. Columbus ain't gonna win anything anytime soon. I'm a Columbus and Anaheim fan. Yeah, Laine is a little bit more likely to me than Gaudreau, just because I think Gaudreau would be a lot harder to move. But maybe we see a Laine trade in the offseason, perhaps. I forgot to write a message on the dono. That's okay, Rich. I see you. Dallas might already be done, and I'm kind of fine with that. Yeah, Maurice, I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised, honestly. We got 670 in the chat, though. Thank you guys so much for dropping by. We're going to be breaking down all of the trades as they happen right here, right now. So stick with us and stick with us on this live stream because we're going to be giving you everything you need to know. I'm fascinated by what this Allen deal is going to look like, man. I mean, I think a potential, even if it's a third, to get rid of a third, no salary retention by Montreal. Can we get some W's in the chat for Kent Hughes right now, folks? Please? This man just, I mean, I don't want to say rob New Jersey, but no salary retention, and at least a third. Could be a second. If it's a second and no salary retention, that would be unreal. Unreal. Did the Markstrom trade happen yet? No, Eric. No Markstrom trade as of right now. And honestly, I don't really expect to see any Markstrom trade at this point. I mean, I feel like it's definitely going to be more of a, whoa! Wait, Allison for Dennis Gurianov. Can we get some blockbusters? Blockbuster in the chat? I don't know. I definitely don't think Dennis Gurianov is going to fit with John Tortorella. I can tell you that right now. But what a steal by the Nashville Predators. I mean, Wade Allison could be interesting, maybe on a 4th line there, perhaps. Ajax, thank you for the $2 dono coming in. You guys have been killing it so far with the donos tonight. Thank you guys so much. It's the best way to show your support on the channel, and I appreciate y'all so much as well. It's good to have you guys all coming in. You guys have been absolute beauties. And again, if you haven't hit that subscribe button already, we make daily hockey content here on the weekdays. We have trade deadline content, trade rumors, the latest on the NHL news bracket, as well as looking towards the future in the free agency, the playoffs, the draft. Everything is going to be covered right here on this channel, and you guys won't want to miss it. But it's great to have all you guys here. It's so long since the stream, and it's been awesome to see you guys come through. And trade deadline so far is looking pretty interesting. I mean, we still got a lot of names left. And that's the most curious thing here. We still got Pavel Buchnevich on the board. We still got Frank Vatrano. We still got a lot of different options here. Oh, okay. Frank's really gives some clarification here. There will be 50% retention on Allen, which knocks him down to $1.9 million next season. It's also Montreal's last salary retention spot. Okay, so that makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, honestly, that's the thing is that, like, the 50% retention, it makes it a lot better. Makes it a lot better for New Jersey. That's big. I mean, I still think that's a great trade for Montreal. The salary retention kind of makes it a little bit more confusing, but still, I think for Montreal, it was time. They needed to trade Allen. They needed to trade one of their goalies, and thankfully, they'll be in a much better position. The log jam won't continue in Montreal. You think Canucks make any trades, and for who? I mean, I think Vancouver is done at this point. It seemed like they were really in on Guentzel, and then that just stopped. It just stopped, and I mean, I don't really know what to make of it, right? Like, I feel like Vancouver is in a weird spot where they've obviously gone for a ton of bigger deadline additions before, but they haven't really done anything recently. I don't know. The West is really loaded up, though, folks. Like, have you guys realized just how much better the Central Division has gotten, especially? Like, it's wild. But Vancouver's in a weird spot. I mean, I prefer making moves way before the deadline just to have players get chemistry, but now it kind of looks like they might not be doing as much. Yes, I have seen the Allen trade, Ezreal. It is a big one. I think it's okay for New Jersey. Getting that salary retention is big. That's the thing, is that I think the salary retention really is huge for New Jersey. 1.9 is a lot easier to stomach, that's for sure. Blockbuster confirmed from Drake Stavelli, Dennis Gurianov, and Wade Allison. Let's go! The trade we've been all waiting to see has arrived. Let's go. The deadline is saved, boys. The deadline is saved. Bear866 and a subscribe. Thank you so much, Bear. Appreciate you so much. Good to have you in the grab gang. Is Boston going to do anything? So, yeah, they traded for Pat Maroon earlier, which was pretty funny. And honestly, I kind of like it for Boston. I mean, yeah, we can go through some of the, while we got a little bit of downtime, we can go through some of the trades. I want to know as well, while we go through these trades, what you guys graded. We got Pat Maroon going to Boston for a 6th rounder and Luke Toporowski. Yeah, that Luke. I actually think this is really good for Boston. Maroon at 800K. Why the heck not? I mean, he's a playoff warrior. That guy is going to absolutely kill it in Boston. I honestly think that's a great one for Boston. I give it like an A or something. I think Maroon is exactly what Boston could use more of. And I mean, he's going to be perfect in the playoffs, isn't he? Also, Nashville getting Jason Zucker for a 6th. I think for Nashville, it is a no-brainer. That's like an A type of move as well. I mean, they've already traded a few of their options, but maybe getting a little bit of a sneaky addition back. I like what Nashville is cooking. I like what Barry Trotz is cooking. He's doing something pretty good there. For the Detroit and San Jose trade, I like this quite a bit for Detroit, though it still kind of creates more of a logjam on defense. So I'm not sure if we'll see another move defensively for Detroit. I kind of like to see something like that. But I do think for San Jose, Costin could be interesting in a more defensive role. For Winnipeg, we didn't talk about the Toffoli deal all that much, but to me, it is awesome. I mean, 50% retention on Toffoli, and you only have to give up a 3rd and a 2nd round pick. I mean, Winnipeg, it comes out like robbers here, man. They absolute robbers, and I think Toffoli could be really huge for them in the playoffs, just like Monahan as well. Chad Riedel to the Rangers. I made a tweet about it earlier, but I think Riedel is a very smart, capable, solid defensive D. And his depth, I think he's perfect for New York. I still think they should do something else, please. But I think Riedel's a pretty good ad. Kyle Poser to the Panthers. This one was really weird to me, guys. Why is Buffalo trading their captain? Why? I haven't heard anything about him, like if he's a bad captain or something. But Buffalo needed more guys like that, in my opinion. They needed leaders. They needed somebody that could steer that team in the right direction. And trading their captain kind of feels like they're going backwards in a way. Like, am I wrong about that? Like, it just, I mean, I could see why Florida wants him as, again, like a 4th-line forechecking guy. I could see why they'd want to have him there. But with Buffalo, it just feels like really like a really strange deal to make. Now, obviously, Okposo is not that good. And I don't think for Buffalo, they're going to be missing them that much on the ice. But I don't know. Want to go to Florida and did right by him. I could see that then. Maybe Alex Tuck then transforms into that captain role for them, perhaps. Maybe we could see that. Isaac Howard in 1st for Chychrun 50% retained. Thoughts, Grav? I mean, I would honestly like that a lot for Ottawa. I think Isaac Howard could be really interesting in a middle 6 role, and a 1st is decent. Though I don't really know what the actual price is on Chychrun right now. But we'll see. Eric Johnson going to Philadelphia? Wait, didn't Buffalo want to send him to a contender? What? I thought Eric Johnson... Eric Johnson's going to Philadelphia. Yeah, so this is from Frank Stavelli saying that his game is certainly slow, but there's no reason he can't be a solid insurance piece if he wants to chase a 2nd Stanley Cup. What? Philly? You're trying to win a 2nd Stanley Cup with the Philadelphia Flyers? Good luck. Good luck. That is really strange. Why? Why would Buffalo do that to him? That is really strange. That is really, really strange. Also, let me get the last donation going for you guys. Sorry about that. I've been late in that respect. Let me see if I can find it as well. That is so strange. That is really, really weird. Philly for Eric Johnson. I guess I don't like. Teddy is welcome to the 2. You think Canucks make any trades, and for who? I honestly, yeah, I think the Canucks are done, but we'll see. I feel like it's it could be interesting. But yeah, Teddy is our last donator. Thank you so much, Teddy. I appreciate you. And thank you to all the donators so far. You guys have been awesome. You guys have been absolutely unreal. And it's been great to have you guys all coming in. Grav just jinxed it. I guess the Flyers are winning the cup. I mean, that is true. That is true. You can never doubt out the Grav jinx. You can never doubt it out, count it out. So, you're welcome, Flyers fans. You're very welcome. Chychrun is heading to Vegas. Where are you guys seeing that? Where are you guys seeing that? I'm a Devils fan. Jake Allen, really? Yeah, John. I mean, I think it will be an upgrade, but it's minimal. I don't think he solves their goaltending issues whatsoever, in my opinion. Hunter, what's up, Grab? What do you think of the Sharks get back Barabanov, and do they make any other moves? I mean, right now they already traded Duclair. I think honestly the only other things they could do is Mike Hoffman. It doesn't feel like Mikael Granlund is going to be traded. I would be surprised if he does, considering his contract. But yeah, probably Barabanov is probably going to be gone for like a 5th or a 6th. I don't see it being very big value for him, unfortunately, for San Jose. But they got great value for Duclair, so that to me is worth it. Can the Rangers please get Vatrano or somebody, Zach, right? Like, who are the Rangers going to go for? They've traded for Wenberg, so they maybe solve the third line center issues. We'll see. I talked about it a little bit in the grade video with Wenberg. I'm kind of concerned how much of a fit it's going to be. He's put up some good defensive results in the past, but not so much this year, and he's been a horrible PKer this year. And what was usually his brand has actually been a detriment this year, so I'm not sure how much he's going to fit, but we'll see. But they needed a right winger. They needed somebody else to juice up the 5-on-5 play, and they haven't gotten it. And I don't know what the issue is there. Matt with the 2. Do you think the Bruins make any other moves? Maybe. Maybe they go after some more forward depth. I could see, like, it wouldn't be a big one. I kind of saw a player like Brandon Duhaime being a pretty good fit for them, but of course he went to Colorado. By the way, Colorado is having an unreal trade deadline, unreal. But something like that. I don't think it would be absolutely massive. I mean, we could go through what they've already done at this year's deadline. But of course they already went for Pat Maroon. And that's pretty much it this year. They actually haven't made a trade since besides Pat Maroon since June. But maybe it's for more forward depth. I could see something like that. I mean, that's the thing, though, is that it's such a weird trade deadline right now that, I mean, maybe it's tough to really feel like there's anybody that fits completely. Maybe a Connor Dewar kind of fits that role with Boston. I mean, Florida already got him, but I think like a player like Kyle Okposo would be a pretty interesting fit. Thank you once again, though, Matt, for the dono. I appreciate you. Who do we think the Bruins could go after? I mean, they have some options. They have some options, so we'll see. Oh, from Chris Johnson, a 2024 4th rounder? They got a 4th for Erik Johnson? Let Buffalo cook. Let Buffalo cook? Are you kidding me? That is awesome. How did the Sabres get more for Erik Johnson? Well, I know why. Because experience and leadership. Buffalo got more for Erik Johnson than the Penguins got for Chad Ruhwedel, and I'm sorry. Chad Ruhwedel is on a different stratosphere than Erik Johnson. Like, Erik Johnson is not good. I'm sorry. He's not good. He's very not good. But he's an experienced guy. You know, there's value for that, but he's very not good. Ruhwedel is experienced and also has good play. He actually can play. And I think Ruhwedel is also part of the 2017 Pens team, so I think he has a Stanley Cup under him too. So I'm just saying. Any chance the Kings dump PLD? That would be wild, Alex. That would be wild. I mean, I don't think so. Let us know, by the way, guys. We got almost an hour to go until the deadline. Let me know what bold prediction you guys have for the deadline. Which player out of nowhere do you guys think could get traded? I mean, it's kind of interesting because I feel like a lot of the conventional players haven't been dealt. But you know what? I'm still gonna say it. I had it in my predictions video. I'm still saying Vatrano to the Nashville Predators. They're loading up, baby. They already got Jason Zucker. Okay, they're cooking. Let them cook. They're gonna go after Vatrano. That's my bold prediction for the rest of the deadline. Let us know your thoughts down below. And again, let's get this stream bumping. We got 800 in the chat. Thank you guys so much for joining us. And of course, all your donations are absolutely appreciated. You guys have been killing it so far. I also want to do shout out to this is the last day. If you guys have been watching the videos recently, A lot of the videos we've been partnering with Sleeper Fantasy. This is the last day for you, and for any of you guys, if you wanted to win this Chris Chelios signed Chicago Blackhawks jersey, today is the last day that you guys can enter the giveaway. All you need to do, and we'll have the link in the description as well, all you need to do is go in the description, sub to Sleeper Fantasy, and use promo code GRAB on your first deposit, and you'll be automatically entered. And we actually, in the last video with Sleeper, pulled up a pretty good haul here. Now, these were my picks for yesterday. Is my camera gonna focus? Yes, sir. I put down $10, and you can see I had 5 different picks. I went for an absolute crazy one here. And look at that. All of them hit. Every single one of them hit. Even Svechnikov got 2 points, but I predicted to get more than 1. Or more than 0.5. So we were kind of cooking with that one. And if you want to win big with Sleeper, of course, we'll have the description link down below. And you should be able to find it there if you guys want to put your hockey knowledge to the test and win big. And also enter the Jitters giveaway. We're going to be announcing the giveaway it's going to be announcing the giveaway tomorrow after everybody has entered. But if you want to enter, today is the last day to do it. Montreal going to make more moves, man. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't mind if Montreal's done. I mean, David Savard, I think is maybe the big one. But I wouldn't mind if they're done. They needed to trade a goaltender. No matter what, they needed to trade a goaltender, and I think they have done that. Or I know they have done that. And I feel like Savard is the only real option that I'd maybe want to see traded on top of that. I mean, it just depends on what his value is, you know, because I really don't think he's going to get a first like some people are saying. But we'll see. Ava, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Savard's the summer move, probably. I agree. Like, to me, I just don't really see any other options outside of that are worth trading right now. Maybe a Jordan Harris, but to me, I think you could probably get more value for him at the draft, in my opinion. Grab, who do you think the Leafs are going to get, Breako or Dumba? Well, Betsy, I hate to burst your bubble, but nobody. One of my bold predictions was that the Leafs wouldn't make a major move. They might just go for more depth on the roster, and Joel Edmondson and Ilya Lyubushkin, that's what's happened so far. So I'm going to say the Leafs actually are done at the deadline this year, or at least aren't going to make any other major moves there. Any more Sens moves? I mean, we could see maybe Dominic Kubalik dealt, perhaps. Did we see a Kubalik trade? Am I going crazy? Am I going crazy? Have we seen a Kubalik? I don't think we've seen a Kubalik trade. We haven't seen a Kubalik trade, right? No. Definitely not. Oh, yeah. If you guys didn't see, by the way, Ken Johnson underwent successful surgery to repair a torn labrum in his left shoulder. Apparently, it was performed in Vail. Okay. What a place to get shoulder surgery. Let's see. Do Pens make another move, you think? Really, the only one is Reilly Smith. To me, Reilly Smith is the big one. Maybe an Alex Nedeljkovic, perhaps. I mean, the Penguins still have a few rental options that they could give away. So I wouldn't be surprised. Andrew Peeke to the Boston Bruins. Okay, so they go after some defensive depth here. We finally, after like a year and a half of talking about it on the channel as a potential underrated ad, we have finally seen an Andrew Peeke deal. Oh my goodness, finally, man. Feels like he's been in trade rumors forever. Now, granted, this year has been rough for him, but I think in a sheltered role defensively, he's great in the physical aspects of the game, really aggressive that way. And I think it could be good for Boston in a 7-6D role. I like that for the Bruins. I do like that. Getting some more defensive depth is big for them. Q Cars with the 5 coming in. Thank you so much. Greenway, Buchnevich, and Toropchenko to the Canucks. Let's go. Alvin, wake your butt up and make it happen. Love your work, Grab. Keep it up. Thank you so much, King. I mean, Toropchenko could be a pretty interesting deadline ad if anybody wants to go after him. I think he's pretty interesting. Yeah, we got 1 hour left, boys and girls, until the deadline is here. We're getting some breaking news every single minute, so stick in this live stream. Right here is the place to be for all the live updates, all the live trades as they happen. By the way, right now, folks, we are 25 likes away from 200 likes. Guys, hit that like button if you're enjoying the stream in this stream as well. Let's keep it going. Let's get it going. This stream has been bopping so far. You guys have been killing it. We got Andrew Peeke to Boston, and we also got the trade conditions. Jacob Chychrun heading to Columbus for Peeke. Ooh, okay. I see that. I see that. Also, Jake, thank you for the ad. I got you. Chychrun is interesting. Chychrun is pretty interesting. Okay. Also, Frank Cervelli, again, with the conditions on the Allen trade. If he plays 40 or more games between this season and next, New Jersey will transfer a second instead of a third. I like that. I think there's a good chance of that happening. I think there's a really good chance of that happening. I mean, Jake Allen has played, 21 games this year, 42 last year. I feel like you could make that happen. I feel like you can make that. Really, the only reason why Allen hasn't played more games is just because the Habs are doing this 3-goalie thing. So, I don't know. I feel like there's a good chance of that happening, but we'll see. Maybe they just stop him at 39 games. Maybe they're just like, once you play 39 games, Allen, you're done. You're done. But we'll see. Yeah, peak to Boston. Apparently, Zaboral is coming back in the deal. What do we think could be on top of that? I mean, it's probably gonna be like Zaboral in like a 4th or something for peak. I wouldn't expect that much. Zaboral is interesting. He's pretty interesting. Now, I feel like peak isn't a rental, right? Does he have more term on his deal? Yeah, so Peak makes 2.75 for the next 2 seasons after this, which I think is the main reason why we haven't seen a Peak deal already, is because of that term and probably a little bit of overpayment in his side. Maybe not by too much, but still a little bit. And considering that term, I think it probably turned GMs away. So maybe we see some salary retention here, perhaps. I'm not too sure. But I think Andrew B could be interesting. He's a big hitter, does a lot there. Zaboral going back is quite fascinating, because he's been in the AHL, right? Yeah, so he's been with the Providence Bruins for all of this year. He hasn't even played in the NHL this season, so that's pretty interesting. So just coming back to Columbus really defensively. That's pretty wild. All right, let's see. Are there any more details here? Ducks claim William Lecheson off waivers from the Leafs. Blockbuster boys, let's go. Kins with the 5. Thank you so much for cracking what called a young D. They selling a D-man now. I guess Schultz, but who wants him? Yeah, Schultz would probably be the most likely guy, right? Are you talking about Riker Evans, I'm guessing? But yeah, I would say Schultz is absolutely the most likely. He's the only guy on Seattle's defense who is expiring on his deal after this year. He makes $3 million. I don't think Schultz has a lot to provide at this stage in his career. He might be okay offensively, but really I wouldn't want him as more than a 6th depth offensive D perhaps, but maybe because of the experience there might be some teams enticed. But yeah, I wouldn't expect him to fetch that much, in all honesty. Whoa, okay. Ottawa claims Boris Tkachuk and also Bjornfoot claimed by the Florida Panthers. I like that for Florida a lot. Is that going to be the next Gustav Forsling? Next waiver pickup that Florida just absolutely kills it for some reason? No Leafs trades yet. Honestly, I like both of these waiver claims by the Sens and the Panthers. I think Tkachuk could be interesting for the Sens in a 4th line role. He can provide some offense there. And Bjornfoot, I mean, he hasn't worked out with LA, but maybe he needs just a different situation for it to work, honestly. I like that. I like that for both of them. Was another young D? Riker's in for Dunn. Okay. Who are we thinking of then? Was it Cale Fleury? Oh, I think it might have been Cale Fleury then. Yeah. I mean, Fleury could be interesting, I guess. I wouldn't expect him to be too much, but who knows? Also, let me get Kins as the last donator here. Thank you so much. There we go. There we go. All right. Yeah, so no Leafs trades yet. But they do get their player claimed off waivers. Zach, what's going on? Whopping in here. Good to see you tonight. I wish Dallas would please get a big nasty D. I mean, I feel like Alexei still like Alexei, but that's probably not gonna happen. Yeah, so the rest are cleared. Oh, Bjornfoot was with Vegas? I didn't even realize. Oopsies. Canucks need some great players. Yeah, Sod, I don't know. Do we think the Canucks are done, guys? Do we think the Canucks are done? Because they haven't been all too active recently. Yeah, I know some people have said Chychrun to Detroit. I doubt they're going to trade him within the division, personally. Will Suter be on the Stars roster next season? I hope he's over on the roster ahead of Hakanpää if they're going to get rid of any D. Sens had to claim Tkachuk with Kelly getting suspended. They can't ruin their potential Calder Cup run. Oh, so you think they'd send Tkachuk down? Is it even a possibility, though? Does he have a two-way? He actually might have a two-way contract. I mean, if it is a two-way, then that actually could be a pretty smart ad by the Sens. I mean, I already thought it was good, but still. Hockey Arcade, welcome to the stream. What's up? Nice to see you go live again. Do you have any more Caps moves before the deadline? I don't know, but you never know what could happen. It's probably gonna be Pacioretty, and that's probably it. Honestly, like that's the big one that I could see the Caps getting rid of. Fluffy with another dono. The Columbus just really trade Peak. Yep, looks like it. I mean, I actually like that for Columbus. I think Peak just wasn't gonna work out there, but we'll see. We don't know what the return is. That's the big thing. But I probably wouldn't expect it to be much more than probably Zaboral in like a 4th rounder, honestly. Something like that I could see. But I do like that for Boston, getting some more defensive depth there for sure. And he obviously has a lot of physicality. Any idea of Granlund moving, salary retention? It looks like Granlund's stock has kind of cooled off, Tyler, because of the contract he has. And it would be incredibly hard for San Jose to move him in the first place. He makes $5 million for not just this year, but next. If he was just a rental, I think it might be a little bit easier. But we already saw how tough it was. I mean, that's the thing is that Zucker, one of the main reasons I think he went to Nashville was just because they could take on his full contract. But he was making $5 million for just this year, and it was already hard to move him in Arizona's case. So I think Granlund, I think he would be a good addition for a lot of teams, but that extra year I think might keep him from being moved. Might be more of an off-season trade. I'm sure I missed your Sabres takes, but do you think they're done moving, acquiring any pieces? I mean, I think Buffalo could be interesting. I love the Eric Johnson deal. Getting a 4 for Johnson is incredible work. And by the way, did you guys see that Bowen Byram debut? A goal and assist? Love to see that for him, man. I really hope he's able to stay healthy and keep it going. Thoughts on everything Philly has done so far, getting Eric Johnson and Johansson? Yeah, I really love the Sean Walker deal. I thought that was fantastic. Giving up a 4th rounder for Johnson is strange to me, but I mean, it's whatever. It's fine. Matthew coming with a 5. Hey, Grab, love your content. So are you as hilariously anticipating the first in-between play or period interview between Maroon and Jack Edwards? Yeah, Matthew, I saw a tweet that was like, Jack Edwards is going to personally drive Maroon from the airport. And I think that sums it up pretty perfectly. Yes, those two are going to be fascinating together. That's for sure. Thank you, Matthew, for the dono. And thank you as well, Fluffy. Killing it with the donos today. Thank you guys so much. Thoughts on the Isles deadline, Grab, what should they do? I mean, your guess is as good as mine. Have they even made any trades? Is Lou Lamoriello asleep at the wheel again? He probably is, right? Oh, yeah, so they haven't made a deal. They haven't made a trade since December 2023, getting Robert Bertuzzo. Yeah, I mean, we know. We are familiar with Lou Lamoriello's game. I would be shocked if he traded anybody. Or traded for anybody at this point. Oh boy, guys, we got 50 minutes to go until the deadline. 50 minutes to go. All of these trades have to happen within the next 50 minutes. F the Leafs, news by Montreal. Yeah, we got a Jake Allen trade for a conditional 3rd-round pick, which becomes a 2nd if Allen plays 40 games altogether with New Jersey this year and next. Would you take Matthews for Bedard? No, I'd take Bedard any day of the week for sure. I mean, Matthews is electric. He's definitely the better player now. But you got to think about the age. Like, if I'm starting a franchise, it's Bedard no matter what. Any Blackhawks trade? Been grocery shopping? Not yet, Cole, but, I mean, we could see maybe Tyler Johnson dealt. That would be, like, the big one that I could see. We haven't gotten a lot of rumors about him recently, but I feel like he could be a pretty interesting ad as a depth forward, but we'll see. Can Colorado get Gibson and Zegras? I doubt that, Jonathan, but it would be pretty wild. I mean, Colorado loading up in that way would be insane. You think the Jets will grab Dumba at the buzzer? Dumba could be a pretty interesting fit for Winnipeg, actually. I actually wouldn't mind that for them, bringing in some physicality there. I mean, I don't think he'd be much more than a depthy, obviously. Hey, Grab, any news on the Devils' return now they're retaining salary? It's still a conditional 3rd. That seems to be pretty much it. Hawks fan pulling for the Stars to make my man Grab happy. Who's someone you could realistically see them trading for? I mean, realistically, it's probably like a Matt Dumba. I'm being actually realistic here. I mean, looking at the trade targets right now from Daily Faceoff, I mean, it's slim pickings, that's for sure. Yeah, like realistically, it's probably like a Matt Dumba. They're going to trade for any D. I would like an Eric Brandstrom, but if they're not going to play Nils Lundqvist, they're probably not going to play Brandstrom anyways. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty light. It's pretty light, that's for sure. I'm just going for the list. I'm like, would I want any of these guys? And it's like, no, not really. Maybe John Merrill, but I think he has a year remaining. So, or is that just, how much yeah. So he would have a year after this. I'm not sure if I would like that. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of tough. I don't feel like there was anyone that really perfectly fits Dallas. I thought Nick Seeler did, but of course him re-signing kind of blew that whole thing out of the water. But we'll see. What would Vatrano return look like? It seems like Anaheim has a humongous asking price for him right now, so it would probably be like a first and like a good prospect on top of that, which would be nuts. But it seems like that would have to be it. Like it would be pretty nuts if we were to see a Vatrano trade. I want to know though, guys, would you want to see your team trade for Vatrano? Where do you think he ends up? Again, I originally predicted Nashville. We'll see if that actually happens or not. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I kind of like what we could have here. Okay, let's see. Also, if you guys see anything out there, make sure to @ me on Twitter as well. And if you guys don't know already, you can follow me on Twitter @ NathanGravite, of course. The best way to find me on there. But we haven't seen any trades since the blockbuster Andrew Peak deal. We still don't know what's going, if it's just Savard. Is it okay? I mean, if I'm taking Sean Hutchinson by its word, it seems like it's just Peak for Zaboral, which, okay, all right, I guess, sure. Why not? Maybe I don't even know. Maybe for Columbus, it's just getting rid of that cap is the big thing. I think he'll land in Vancouver. Vancouver getting Vatrano would be nuts, honestly. What should the Wild do at the deadline? Just sell, Isaac, honestly. Like, just sell as much as you can. I think Minnesota should honestly just go in a more retooling direction. Try to get as many younger players as they should. Do you think the Wild can still make the playoffs? Probably not, Carter. I think the playoffs in the West are pretty much summed up. I mean, especially with how hot Nashville has been as of late, which, heck yeah, baby. My biggest bold prediction of the year was that Nashville will make the playoffs, and we are finally seeing it. By the way, you guys want to know how much you guys have donated so far? You guys have donated $69. $69. I hate to say it. I love to say it, actually. But it's pretty nice. Pretty nice. Can we get some nice in the chat? And just in all caps, put in a little nice. Anyone want some grab ASMR? Today we're gonna be talking about the Andrew Peak deal to the Boston Bruins, and they trade Jakob Chychrun. The Columbus Blue Jackets not retaining any salary on Andrew Peak in the deal with the Boston Bruins. No salary retention. That is pretty big for Columbus Blue Jackets. Honestly, kind of surprised that Boston would do that, but we'll see. I need a Kachuk, Ostyachuk, Kachuk. Oh, that'd be nasty. That'd be nasty work. I feel so bad for any Sens commentator. That'd be rough. That'd be so bad. Honestly, I'll leave it there. That's a good point, though. I feel like Vegas will get one more winger. I mean, the thing is, I feel like Reilly Smith could be pretty perfect, but I feel like I think the thing with Reilly Smith is that because they traded him so soon, or because they traded him just like a year ago, there's this rule where you can't trade back and forth that quickly. But I think if there's a 3-team trade, they can make it work. But it would have to make a lot happen. I mean, I could see Reilly Smith being a guy. I could also maybe see again another depth guy like a Connor Dewar maybe fitting for Vegas. I mean, I would be surprised if they're done. I mean, right now, how much space do they still have, guys? Folks. You guys want to see how much cap space the Vegas Golden Knights have? They have $5.5 million still. $5.5 million still. What do we think the Golden Knights have up their sleeves, folks? This could be the biggest wild card. This could be the biggest wild card with 45 minutes to go in the deadline. Does Vegas have something else? Do they have something else cooking here? Oh boy. Now I'm like, oh wait. They do have cap space. Oh geez. Oh no. Oh no. Golf commentator grab. Yeah. Not really sure how to feel about that Allen trade. Yeah, me too, Golvich. I think it's fine. I don't think it's gonna save their season, or save even next season. But I think he could be okay in a backup role. But that's kind of like the best I see him being, unfortunately. Tapping on jerseys ASMR. I could honestly do that. Gala Habs go with the $2 donation. Thank you so much. Also, Vesely for subscribing. Thank you so much, Gala. Can we get some hype in the chat for him? Appreciate the two. Okay. Vegas getting Savard. Savard would be wild. I don't know if they would go for somebody with longer term, but maybe they do. I mean, Savard, that defense would be just monsters. Monsters if they got Savard. I don't feel like they need another D, though. Laughton to the least. Laughton is an option for a lot of teams. Laughton is still an option. That is true. Though I'm not sure what the value could look like. Oh! We got from David Pagnota. Sounds like the Red Wings have been searching for a veteran forward to add to their roster. We'll see if they can pull it off for the next 43 minutes, but they're looking. Who do we think Detroit's going to go for now? I mean, a veteran forward. Let's go through the list again. I mean, a veteran forward, but who's good that's a veteran available? Like, that's the problem. Who's actually good that's a veteran? Like Scott Laughton? Maybe Tyler Johnson? I feel like, actually, Tyler Johnson could be interesting from Chicago. I wouldn't hate that. I wouldn't hate that for Detroit. Just some veteran defensive depth guy who's won the Stanley Cups there. We'll see. They sent down Rempe. They might have just sent him down just to be like, okay, buddy, let's just not have you have your head destroyed for the rest of your life. Let's give you a break, man. Do the Sharks even have the artillery for another first-round draft pick? To trade for another first-rounder? Definitely not. Nobody on their roster is getting a first, unless they trade Mario Ferraro, but I doubt that's going to happen this year, at least. Anything more for the Oilers? Not right now, but they're another team, I think, that has cap space. So Vegas has 5.5. Oh, never mind. Edmonton just has $1 million in cap space, which, I mean, maybe you're able to get something done there. They'd have to move somebody out to make a deal, but I wouldn't put it past them. I mean, I feel like Ken Holland has been as creative as he's possibly could be this deadline so far, so we'll see. Do you think Tampa's going to do anything at all other than the mess signing of Duke? I hope they do, Jordan. I think they need some defensive help, but I just, who's even left to do that? Like, it would have to be a major trade or somebody. I just don't feel like, I feel like Tampa lost out. Hanifin I thought was perfect for them, and now they're left with very little options, which is pretty sad. But to me, that's what Tampa needed. They needed somebody, and they just didn't get their guy. Reilly Smith could be interesting, yeah. Vatrano to Vegas would be crazy. That's true. Vatrano to Vegas would be, I don't know if Anaheim would do that, but it would be pretty wild. It would be pretty wild. Reilly Smith would be good at for the Wings. Penguins might be able to get back Berger in a deal like that as well. Ooh, maybe. I mean, I don't know if they would get much more than that. Maybe it would have to be like Smith for Berger and 1-for-1. But you might be onto something there. Now, I feel like for Detroit, I feel like I'd rather them get a more defensive forward, but Reilly Smith could be interesting. He could be interesting, could boost that power play a little bit as well. Not a bad prediction there, Limiter. Jets had interest in Chychrun last year and this year. Do you think there's any chance they actually swing for him? I feel like Winnipeg's done, especially considering the big trade for Toffoli. I mean, maybe they still. That's the tough thing about Winnipeg, though, is like this is like the 1 year they've actually been making trades. So maybe they go for another one, but I don't know. I feel like it would. I feel like their defense has already been pretty good this year. Like, I don't know. We'll see. They might maybe that's where Logan Stanley finally gets traded. Jordan Harris to Tampa for a second. I would really like that. If I'm Tampa Bay, and I'd really like that if I'm Montreal. Now, interdivisional trades are always tricky if they actually happen or not. Oh yeah, Kakkonen could be dealt as well from San Jose, Jonathan. I could see that. Honestly, think that Kakkonen deserves to go to a contender. He's been really solid. Really solid. Laughton to Detroit. Oh, yeah. Laughton would be fascinating. Laughton would be, like, that's an incredible ad for, and the big thing is that it's not just for this year, it'd be for the next couple of years. Laughton would be unreal with Detroit. I would love that. The problem is, the big problem with Laughton is the price. And we've heard that Philadelphia has this astronomical asking price for Laughton, which makes sense considering what Tanner Jeannot was able to get. But we'll see if it actually happens or not. Ullmark to the Kings, what do you think? I think all the people saying Ullmark's going to get traded are like, I just don't see it. I really don't see it. Especially not this year. There's no reason for Boston to trade him. Abby, thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome to the Grab Gang. Y'all, if any of you guys haven't hit that subscribe button already, make sure you do so. Join the Grab Gang and help us get to 75K subscribers. If you guys are enjoying the content today, we'd love to have you on board. And of course, we make daily hockey content on the weekdays, all throughout the year. And we're going to give you the latest updates on the trade deadline and in the future as well, the playoffs, the draft, free agency. So you guys are going to want to stick here for all the latest updates all throughout the NHL. We'd love to have you here throughout all of it. Drew with the 2. You think we see a Tuck trade? Definitely not. I feel like people are saying, like, here's the thing. I've seen a lot of people suggest it, but why would Buffalo do that? They just traded their captain. They literally just traded their captain. And it would be the dumbest thing in the world if they just traded their captain and then would trade who would likely become their captain after this. When everything all along with Buffalo, I mean, they're not a good team either throughout all of their history these past few years. But one of the biggest thing has been just a lack of leadership, lack of pros, lack of people that have been there and done that and have won. And Alex Tuch is one of the few players on that team that can actually do that and has done that in the past. So to me, it would be ridiculous if they traded him. To me, it would be setting that franchise back multiple years. And I just don't think that they can afford to do that, personally. What do people want? Seegers to the Flyers. Torres would make a meal out of that guy. Fluffy with the 2 coming in. I feel like Eisman's going to pull a Brad Holmes. What do you mean by that, Fluffy? Like a big trade? Thank you for the dono, though, Fluffy. I appreciate it. Thank you for all the donos today, Fluffy. You've been killing it. Appreciate it so much. And thank you for all the support on the streams today. We also got Mike coming in with the 2. Fire John Hines. Worst hire in NHL history. I mean, you weren't wrong. You weren't wrong. It's very true. But now the Devils have to fire Lindy, and they also have to fire Travis Green. I don't make the rules. I don't make the rules. I'm sorry. Oh man, the suspense is getting to me, guys. We almost have 30 minutes to go until the deadline this year. Oh, whoa! So Jake added me on this post here. From the NHL News, Kevin Weeks on ESPN The Point says NHL Bruins thought they had something with Linus Ullmark, and he says so there was a deal that he essentially nixed, in large part based on geography, I'm told. So why would they do that? I don't understand why Boston would trade him at the deadline this year. Like, I guess it's actually a thing that they were doing it, but like it just made so little sense to me. But I guess there was a trade in place with Ullmark that didn't go through because of geography. Where are we thinking with that? Where are we thinking with that? Where were the Bruins about to send this brother? What was about to happen? Oh my goodness. I grade the sentence an F. Rangers get anyone? Today, Ryan, they got Chad Ruedel, and that is it so far. Was it like, yeah, Liam saying the Sens. I mean, maybe it's a team in Canada. I mean, would it have been like a Ullmark Chychrun type thing? Like what would it have even been? Like, it would have had to be like Chychrun or like, because I thought like the value on Ullmark would be astronomical. So it probably would have been like Chychrun or like a Pinto or like some, I don't even know. That's the thing though. We're gonna see any other trades today. We will see more trades, Caden, that's for sure. But we're right now just waiting to see what all happens next. We'll see. Let me see if there's anything else that's been reported. Nick, you know, it's NHL Trade Deadline when Sweeney is trending and it's Bruins Don Sweeney instead of, you know. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I know James. I know James. The troll himself. Legendary. Do you think Granlund will get traded? I don't think so, Carr. I think he's going to stay with San Jose. Maybe we see a off-season trade, but that would be, I think, the earliest we could expect something. Martin says, do you think Mitch Cobb can reach 100 points in the NHL? I mean, reaching 100 points is incredibly hard. I think we'll see him reach around 90 or so. I think he'll be around a point-per-game player, a great offensive guy. Maybe he's able to reach 100 points in his prime. I mean, I wouldn't put it past him, honestly, at this point. Any word on Pavel Buchnevich yet? Not really, Brutal Planets. Like, we haven't heard much about Buchnevich at all, which would be sad. I want to see Buch trade to the Rangers, man. Can we please just cut the crap, Chris Drury? Can we please just cut the crap and make this happen already, okay? Like, Fluffy with a 2. I bet every NHL team is watching this stream. True. If you're watching this, Chris Drury, trade for Pavel Buchnevich. Trade for... He's already probably heard me already. He's probably already heard me. And he's making it happen. Right, Chris? Right? Thank you, Fluffy, for the 2. Appreciate it, Fluffy. You know what? Let's get some Fluffy hype right now. Let's get some Fluffy hype in the chat. They donated like 10 times already in this stream. You are an absolute legend. Thank you so much, Fluffy, for another one. Appreciate it a ton. To Detroit, Jordan Harris to Montreal, Bergeron. I feel like Harris probably has more value than Bergeron at this point, so maybe it's like a Bergeron and a third or something, but I wouldn't hate that for Detroit. I wouldn't hate that at all, honestly. But we'll see. I mean, I feel like that could be an interesting... What are you guys thinking about that? Montreal-Detroit trade, perhaps? Fleury doesn't look like he's going to be dealt this year, Jake. I love spreading misinformation. Me too. Me too, Chill Bill. If Julian doesn't trade for a D-man, I'm gonna be livid. Same thing, Bolt. Like, Tampa Bay needs some D of some type, please. Breaking wild trade Hines and Karen to North Korea for a beat of Kim Jong-un's sweat and a pet rock. That's a pretty good trade. That's a pretty good trade, Mike. Thank you for the 5. And Spectric coming in with the 279. Good to see you again. Grab your channel guru lock. Spectric, I appreciate you. Thanks for coming in. Long time no see. I mean, you've been an OG. You've been an absolute OG. Good to see you again. Good to see you again, man. All right, Spectric is now our last donator. Gonna bring a tear to my eye. Gonna bring a tear to my eye. All the OGs in here. Love to see it. Do you know what teams are trading mid-round picks for old third-pairing defensive forwards? I hope it's Jamie Lenny. Right now, we got 970 people in the chat right now, folks. If you guys want to help out, hit that like button, subscribe if you are new. Let's get to 1K people in the stream, folks. Let's get to 1K people. Everybody stick here. Let's get the stream popping. What time is the trade deadline? 3 p.m. Eastern is when the deadline ends. 3 p.m. Eastern. I think Rangers go get a winger here soon. I hope so, Ryan. The Rangers need somebody. They need somebody. Brad, do you think Calgary should go after a guy like Chychrun, considering what Calgary got rid of their top 2 defensemen in tandem? No, they need to retool. They need to retool, and I think they can. To me, they desperately need to just take their time and just make it happen. Just make it happen. Just draft, continue to stockpile picks and prospects. I think Chychrun would just be kind of short-sighted, personally. Thank you once again, Spectric. Appreciate ya. Oh, man. Nothing new right now, folks. This is the calm before the storm. 30 minutes left. You know what, everybody? Let's get some 30 minutes left in the chat. If you want your team to make a big move, you want your team to go after the right player, get some 30 minutes left hype in the chats to get some good luck for your team. Get some good luck for you and your team. You'll need it. Because 30 minutes to go. This is about to get crazy in here, folks. Any more Oilers moves? Not today, Hunter, but we'll bring it once it happens. Immediately. Joe, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. It was possibly Detroit for Ullmark. Detroit has been scouting a lot of Bruins games over the past month. Freeman said last week they wouldn't be surprised if Detroit got a goalie. I feel like Ullmark would be fine with going to Detroit, though. But maybe he has like a specific issue with them. I don't even know. Interesting that the reason was geography. Like, that's so strange. Like, would it have to be like a Ottawa or some Canadian team that would have happened to make that happen? Cologne with the 5 coming in. Do you think Washington is done with trades or after finally moving Kuznetsov contract, or could we see others like Dowd, Patches, or maybe Lindgren? Yeah, I feel like Pacioretty and Dowd are the big ones. I feel like Pacioretty at this point is maybe more likely to be dealt just because lower cap hits, or not the lower cap hit, but just the ease of which he'll be able to transition onto a team, and also probably the lower asking price. But I don't know. This is going to be very, very strange. Yeah, I feel like Washington still has another move up their sleeve. Clone. I still have one more. I think they at least have one more left. Thank you, Clone, though, for the 5. You guys have been killing it for the donuts tonight. Appreciate you guys so much tonight. I mean, it's the afternoon for me, but, you know. Any rumors on the Pens? I mean, we saw recently, of course, the Jake Guentzel trade. We still have a couple of options for the Penguins, like Reilly Smith and Nedeljkovic that could be dealt, but nothing as of this moment. Anything on Dallas? Not so much, Mike, unfortunately. I think a lot of their options have honestly been dealt already. So we'll see. I mean, there's still options out there. Oh, okay. So Columbus gets a 2027 third-round pick in addition to Jakob Chychrun for Andrew Peeke. I like that a lot for Columbus, y'all. I don't care if it's in 2027. Getting a third and getting rid of Peeke for no salary retention. The no salary retention part is huge. It makes 2.75 for the next 2 seasons after this. And to get a third-rounder, no salary retained, that's massive. That is a massive deal. I love that for Columbus. I love that for him. Edmonton and rumors of Ullmark here in the offseason and early in the season. Ooh, yeah, maybe he just doesn't like Edmonton. Maybe Ullmark just doesn't like Edmonton. I mean, who knows? No more eye emojis, Kevin. Stop it. Stop it. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Guys, what are the Golden Knights cooking? What are they cooking? We were just talking about their cap space. $5.5 million to work with. What is Vegas cooking? What is Vegas cooking? I want to eat it. I want to see it. I want to taste it with my own tongue. Put it in my mouth, all right? Don't take that out. What is Vegas cooking, y'all? What is Vegas cooking? Zachary says Buchnevich. I mean, they would have the cap space for him. They would have the cap space for him. And we were talking about as well with the cap space that Vegas has, but also just the picks that they have too. Like they have a few options to work with here. They stole their first round pick this year. They stole their third round pick this year. And potentially their 2026 first rounder as well. So this just got interesting. What do we think Vegas is up to, folks? What are we thinking? Oh dear. Oh dear. Kevin, ya dang diddly dang. Son of a gun. Kevin Weeks is a con man. He just tweets vaguely and breaks news 20 minutes after it was announced. That is true. Kevin Weeks is like that. He's pretty funny. He'll just tweet out eye emojis and then, you know, whatever happens. Oh, man. People are saying Reilly Smith could be in play. I mean, I could see something like that. And they'd obviously have the cap to make it happen. What are we thinking with the Vegas Golden Knights? Oh, boy. I think it's another winger. I think it's another winger in some capacity for them. In some capacity, it looks like Vegas will be making another move. Christian with a 5. Vatrano to Detroit makes a lot of sense. For Beak and Eisman obviously know each other. Can play on a second or third line. He also has term. I would like Vatrano in Detroit. I would like him as well. Matthew, welcome to the stream. The Knights are the Dodgers of hockey right now. Pretty much. Wait, let me get my Vegas jersey. We need to know, what is this dang team cooking? What is happening? What is happening with you? We'll see. We'll see. Grab Kevin is scaring me right now. Same thing, Waddle. We'll see what happens. The Knights could be going for something crazy here. Watch it be LeBanc. LeBanc would be. I don't see that happening. I don't see LeBanc being the guy. Oh dear. What if it is Pavel Buchnevich, guys? What if it is Pavel Buchnevich? What if the deal is Pavel Buchnevich, the Vegas Golden Knights? Oh, that'd be hilarious, man. That'd be absolutely hilarious. Thank you once again, Christian, for the donut. Let me get you as the last donator here now. Christian, there we go. Philip, thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome to the Grab Gang. And if you guys want to have your name shouted out, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And everybody in this chat, if you guys haven't hit that subscribe button, make sure you do so. Join the Grab Gang. Join for daily hockey content here on the channel. We got you covered of all latest news and everything that you won't want to miss. So subscribing is the best way to be caught up. And we'll see if there's anything else here. Auntie Rental will be assigned to the AHL Chicago. Okay, don't really care. I'm sorry. Juan Jose, the king has come by. Just got out of school. Any Panthers moves? I mean, if you haven't seen the Kyle Okposo deal, then there's that. Or I think they just traded a 7th rounder for Kyle Okposo, but that's pretty much it. No way the Sabres traded Tage Thompson, Andrew. But I mean, it'd be pretty wild. Fluffy with a 2. Vegas calling up a Zegers pot pie. Watch. If Vegas trades for imagine if Trevor Zegers in Vegas, that'd be a health code violation in Vegas. Jeez. I do not want that. Oh, Matt Dumba to Tampa Bay. What? Bruh. Their big defensive addition was Matt Dumba? You gotta be kidding me, man. I mean, at least it's somebody. At least it's someone. But, geez, Dumba was... That's what you're cooking, Tampa? You went from Hanifin to Dumba? Now, it is kind of cool seeing Dumba and Duclair on the same team. HDA brothers there. That's pretty cool. But Dumba was what you were cooking, Tampa? Are you kidding me? Dumba. Matt Dumba? Matt Dumba? The Matt Dumba? That Matt Dumba? Brother. Actually, Jordan Smoltz has really broken a lot of trades. I'm going to follow and put him on notifications just so something happens. We'll see. We'll see. Matt Dumba is funny, though. Like, he's good physically. He can produce in some ways, but we'll see. I don't expect him to save that defense, though. That defense is not saved. The defense is not saved whatsoever. Bro, we trade our future on Jeannot, okay? It's the bet we got. That is true. That is true. Oh, Tanev over Dumba, not even a question. Not even a question, Tanev over Dumba. Yeah, so initially the asking price for Dumba was a 1st-round pick from Arizona. We're gonna see how well that holds up. So initially, again, like a week ago, Arizona was like, we're gonna ask for a 1st-round pick for Dumba. I don't know if anybody actually bought that or not, but it would be kind of hilarious. I'm probably expecting like a 3rd round, maybe like a 3rd and a 5th or something. John, thank you so much for subbing. Any word on Pacioretty or Dowd? Not right now. Great bet on. It felt like Pacioretty was kind of maybe trending towards Florida, but they went after Kyle Okposo instead. So we'll see. I hate being a Sabres fan. Sorry, Matthew. Sorry. I know Dorian was still the GM. Dumba would be here. Thankfully, he isn't. I mean, yeah, he traded like a 2nd-round pick for Dumba just for a deadline rental. Thanks, Frank, even though everybody has already said that. Tell us the return. Is it a 1st-round pick? Is it a 1st-rounder? We got 20 minutes to go until the deadline, boys and girls. 20 minutes to go until the deadline is passed. Any last predictions, y'all? We still got Buchnevich. We still got Vatrano. We still got, that's pretty much it. We still got, like, Jacob Markstrom, I guess. Like, someone please make something out of the blue. Someone please just do something absolutely crazy. I need that right now. I need that. Wake up, Canucks. Wake up somebody wake up Chris Drury, man. Are you kidding me? I mean, I was going to say somebody wake up Tampa Bay, but I guess they've been woken up by Matt Dumba. Sure. Why not? I think Tampa Bay will get Chychrun after failing to get Hanifin. Yeah, probably Alexi. I mean, it's pretty sucky. Just how much they've fallen off in that way. To go from Hanifin to Chychrun to Dumba. That's rough, buddy. Markstrom to Colorado, please. That would be pretty nice. That would be pretty nice. I feel like Markstrom would be almost perfect in that situation. From John Gambadaro, who has previously broken some Coyote stuff, he says Tampa for Dumba is a pick swap in the later rounds. saves the Coyotes a couple $1,000,000 as well. So is a pick swap in the later round. So is it like Dumba and a 7th for like a 5th, maybe? Maybe that's what it would look like. Probably the most likely thing. So yeah, it would be a pick swap there, and that makes sense. Then that would make sense to me. So impressed with Ken Hughes again this year. Found a way to extract good value in what was said to be a buyer's market. That's true. The Monahan deal was incredible. The Jake Guentzel deal, I still think the value is great there. Even if it is a 3rd round pick, that's still amazing. I think he's done a good job. And he doesn't need to trade everybody. He shouldn't have traded everybody. But he traded who he needed to. And that's what's happened. He needed to trade with Monahan no matter what. And he got fantastic value. I did say that Tampa Bay needed a defenseman. I would have preferred good defenseman. Dumba, the question is still out on him if he's good, but like to me again, Hanifin was perfect. Like Hanifin was exactly what they needed, but I think Dumba will be fine. He'll be okay. What would you guys rate? What would you grade the Montreal Canadiens trade deadline season so far? You got the Monahan deal, you got the Jake Allen deal, you got the Jakob Chychrun deal as well. I give it like an A or something like that. I mean, we'll be making grades after this stream for every single team. A new video coming out after the stream, so look out for that. But I feel like Montreal's going to grade pretty high. Chychrun to the Flyers. I don't see it. I mean, maybe Philly goes for something crazy, but I have a feeling that they're going to stay pretty quiet here. People are saying Johansson's going to get traded again. Yeah, I did see that, Cool Cats. Please read, I love your videos. Thank you. Appreciate coming in. I mean, I would not be surprised if Johansson gets dealt again. Who do you have going to the Cup final this year? Honestly, Dawson, like maybe... I'll probably be making a playoff predictions video on Monday with my like revised predictions. By the way, we got 300 likes. Thank you guys so much for that. If you guys haven't hit the like button already, make sure you do so. One of the best ways to support the streams. And Liam with a 37-month membership. Brandy in Tampa would be perfect for him in Tampa. I would like Brandstrom a lot in Tampa Bay. His development would be amazing in with the Lightning. I would love that. But yeah, I'll be making a new revised playoff predictions after once we start next week. But it'll probably be Florida and Colorado. I really liked Colorado's deadline, y'all. I really liked it, and they went from a team that I thought was kind of fraudulent to a team that I'm like, oh, maybe they actually just go all the way. It was that good. It was just that good. Okay, so I think Pierre LeBrun. Yeah, so Pierre LeBrun has given us the trade details here. Matt Dumba and a 7th in 2025 to Tampa in exchange for a 5th round pick. I freaking called it. I freaking called it. I said it would be Dumba and a 7th for a 5th. What do you know? What do you know? Now, now to do that, I had to know that there was a pick swap, so it's pretty easy to call. No salary retention on Dumba. That is pretty interesting. But a 7th and Dumba in exchange for a 5th. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. And that, bro, the Coyotes went from asking for a 1st rounder to having to give up a 7th to get a 5th for Dumba. I mean, it's fine. I don't think Dumba was worth anything more than that. Like, that's the thing. He was never close to worth anything close to a 1st round pick. And that's honestly about what Dumba is valued as. So, I mean, people will say it's a fleece just because Arizona wanted a 1st rounder, but I don't know. I think that's pretty fair, honestly. DeBrusque to Dallas would be interesting. That's true. Alexander, 1K watching with 300 likes. Come on, just click. True. Everybody in the chat, hit that like button if you guys are enjoying the stream today. We got 15 minutes to go until the deadline. Until the deadline is officially closed and over, y'all. So make sure that like button. Stick with us here because it is about to get even more crazy. Even more crazy. We still got a lot of options, but Vatrano, Buchnevich still have not been dealt. Still nothing on them right now. And I'm getting nervous, y'all. I'm kind of getting nervous. Are we actually going to see Buchnevich and Vatrano moved? Or nah? This is gonna get real interesting. What are your opinions on the prospects the Pens got back for Guentzel? Please give good news as Pens fans are still in mourning. Well, Pika, I had a thread on Cruz Lucius specifically on Twitter this morning. I love Cruz Lucius. I've watched every Badgers game this year for the University of Wisconsin. Lucius has led the team in points both this year and last. And he's a dynamic playmaker. He's a guy that has a great shot too. On the power play is going to be pretty great. He's just great offensive mind. There are some concerns with how he'll adapt to the physical pressure at the NHL level, but I feel like if you give some patience to him, he'll be okay. Give him a year or two in the AHL. I think he's going to really play well. Koivunen has been unreal in the Liga this year. I think he has a lot of potential there too as maybe a middle sixer. And Ponomarev has been great in the AHL as well for in the Canes system. And I feel like he could be really interesting as maybe a third liner too. So nothing that's going to be unreal, but a lot of good depth. And I think Pittsburgh did need that. Grav, as a Knights fan, I'm stressing out right now. Waddle, I don't blame you. I don't blame you whatsoever. It's gonna get weird. They have $5.5 million to work with. We'll see if they do anything else. Blockbuster! Blockbuster! The Pens have acquired Ludovic Weber. Kyle Dubas just making up, guys. I mean, are you kidding me? Ludovic Weber and a conditional 2025 7th rounder from Florida in exchange for Magnus Hellberg. So the trade deadline is saved, guys. The trade deadline is saved. Let's go. Let's go. Did the Habs do literally anything? They traded Jake Allen to the Devils, Andrew, for a conditional third that becomes a second if he plays 40 games for them. So I think pretty good. Ryan, Drew, you get Booch already. Absolutely agreed. Wait, I might need to get my Rangers jersey out for this. Okay. You know what? You know what? To give the Rangers a boost for Pavel Buchnevich, we are putting on the legendary Kaapo Kakko jersey. We are doing it, ladies and gentlemen. We are doing it. It is going to happen. Buchnevich is going to be a Ranger. He's going to be a Ranger. It is going to be a thing. It's going to happen. And you all will just have to, you're just going to have to accept the fact that Buchnevich is going to be a Ranger within the next 12 minutes. 12 minutes. It's probably not going to happen now that I put on the jersey. Oh, from Frank Civelli, sources say that Max Pacioretty is staying in Washington? Okay. All right. Sure. Sure, I guess. Trevor with the 5. How's it going, boys? Flyers fan here. I'm Danny Breer's cooking IMO. Yeah, I mean, I think he's done a great deadline. The Sean Walker trade, unreal. Unreal value. Thank you so much, Trevor, for the last dono. We got you up there. Let's get some Trevor hype in the chat down below. We got 11 minutes to go. 11 minutes. Why are the Caps keeping? Is it just like there wasn't really any interest at all? I know that Florida was interested, and then that's interesting for Civilli to say 10 minutes before the deadline. Like, sure. Why would Pacioretty want to stay with Washington though? That's the thing. Like, yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well, Clone. That if Florida wanted him and Washington wanted too much, that's probably correct. Andy, thank you so much for subbing. I think honestly, Washington might have just wanted more for Pacioretty, and then Florida was just like, okay, we're gonna go trade for Kyle Okposo instead. Which, sure, I guess. And Fluffy coming with the 2. Taro Jijimoto to Tampa Bay, lock up the name. I'm a major upgrade there. And then Philip comes with the 5. Grab, great job with the videos. Does Lambert and McGrody play for Winnipeg just in the playoffs? Go Jets, go. I mean, McGrody, maybe. I don't know if I'd rush him. Maybe you give him a couple games, try him out. But I think it just depends also just how far Michigan goes. But we'll see. They don't have the greatest team this year, so maybe it's something different. Thank you, Fluffy. Thank you, Philip. Let's get some hype in the chat for them. Guys, we have 10 minutes to go. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Join us in the Grab Gang here because we're breaking down every single trade as it happens. Apparently, Pacioretty will not be dealt, but we'll see. Oh! That's not Buchnevich! That's not Buchnevich, but it's Jack Roslovic from Columbus for a mid-round pick in 2026. Interesting. Guys, is this a W or an L? Is Roslovic a W or an L for the Rangers? Let us know. Put W's or L's in the chat. A mid-round pick on the surface is interesting. Here's the thing, though. Isn't Roslovic... I don't think Roslovic is a rental, right? I think he has more years on his deal. So, for Roslovic... Oh, no, never mind. He is a rental. He is a rental. Never mind. $4 million rental Roslovic. I mean, I don't mind that at all. Honestly, like Roslovic could be interesting. He has 23 points in 40 games this year as kind of like this speedy player. I mean, I don't mind it. If that's it, it kind of sucks, but I mean, it's not a bad deal. Well, if it's in place of Buchnevich, that sucks. David Pagnota says, as mentioned this morning and earlier on NHL Network, Vegas has been making traction. Another big move for a player with term. We'll see if they can get to this to the finish line. 10 minutes to go. Booch? No way. Is Vegas going to get Booch and the Rangers settle for Jack Roslovic, bro? Did I put on the jersey just for the Rangers to get Roslovic? I mean, I like Roslovic, but I mean, he's just kind of fine. He's kind of okay. He's all right. Like, he's not going to move the needle too much. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, no. Andreas, I want... Yeah. Yeah. Honestly. Chris, why? Why, Chris? Oh, he's gonna let Buchnevich go, isn't he? Trevor with the 5. Jake Guentzel has hurt my soul because we're gonna have to play him again in the playoffs. If we make it, we can't get away from Jake. Yeah, well, Jake, I don't know if the Penguins will make it is the thing, so you might be saved there, but I mean, Trevor, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. It definitely hurts to see him go for the division, I'm sure. That's pretty... I'm still kind of surprised that happened, honestly. Oh, man. Oh, man. Jack Roslovic, are you kidding me, dude? You're kidding me. While Buchnevich is about to go to Vegas, and we're gonna let this happen? We're gonna let this happen. Ugh. We got 1,200 in the chat. 7 minutes to go. 7 minutes to go until the deadline is here. So again, Roslovic is going to New York. I mean, I think it's a fine deal. I mean, it depends on what mid-round pick it is. If it's like a 4th, then whatever. I mean, Roslovic is fine. He'll be an added boost. But again, it's about who they could have gotten. Put on the stars. I want to trade. Yes, come on. Please. More. Flyers fans, that's why I did reload, and there's nothing else right now. Still just Roslovic to the Rangers. We'll be refreshing as much as possible. As soon as the updates happen, we'll be giving you guys all the updates as soon as they come. So stick with us here. It's about to get nuts. Jets fan here. I'm mad on him, but we'll be interested to see on a better team now. Roslovic or Toffoli for the Jets. What's even sadder is people are going to find some reason to be happy with Roslovic and that we settled for him. Yeah, that's the thing is, like, I feel like the Rangers, again, needed a play driver. I don't really see Roslovic as a play driver necessarily. Oilers are done from Frank Cervelli. Their deadline shopping is complete. So the Oilers only get Henrique and Sam Carrick. Nothing on the goaltending, nothing on the defense. No upgrades on the defensive side. The Oilers are done. Let us know. Oilers trade deadline. Is it a W or an L? W or an L for the Oilers at the deadline this year. 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes to go. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. All right, we're getting bombshells. Pacioretty is not going to be dealt. Oilers are done. We're starting to get a lot more confirmation here. Fluffy with a 2. Let the floodgates open. NHL trade line. 5 minutes left. Let's do this thing, boys. It has all come to this. It has all come to this. Everything that needs to happen is going to happen within the next 5 minutes. We will see here. Roslovic to New York. It's a 4th round pick that becomes a 3rd if the Rangers reach the Stanley Cup Finals. So as Nick probably says, 4th round pick it is. That makes sense. Yeah, that's about what I was expecting. So there you go. We get the confirmation on the Roslovic deal. 4th round pick most likely going to Columbus. Where are the Wings? The Wings haven't made any deals. No deals whatsoever for the Detroit Red Wings. And I'm kind of surprised. I'm kind of surprised. I mean, I thought they might want to trade trade around some of that defense, but we'll see. Oilers should have tried for Savard. Savard would have been wild. I don't know if they would have had the option to do that, but we'll see. Vegas is working on a Tomas Hertl deal? What? Tomas Hertl to the Vegas Golden Knights? Huh? Hertl? No way! Boys, we got a big deal! Hertl to the Vegas Golden Knights! That is wild! Out of nowhere, the big bombshell has arrived! Hertl going from San Jose to Vegas. Now, this is interesting. They have $5.5 million to work with this year in cap space at the deadline. There would have to be some salary retention here, right? Yeah, so Hertl right now is on injured reserve, but he makes $8.1 million. There would have to be some salary retention or somebody going back to San Jose here in this deal. But here's the thing. Hertl has a no-move clause. He has a no-move clause. Okay, I guess it kicks in 2025, so that doesn't matter. Hertl is being traded to Vegas. Vegas is getting Tomas. No way. No way. Holy crap. Hertl. Maybe there would have to be some cap going back. Maybe it's a Chandler Stevenson, perhaps. Chandler Stevenson has $2.7 million on his deal for this year and is an expiring UFA. Maybe it's Stevenson. I'm trying to think right now. Oh my gosh, man. Are you kidding me? Maybe it's Alec Martinez. There's so many options. I think Stevenson maybe makes the most sense. There would probably have to be some it would definitely include Vegas's first round pick this year. Probably a top prospect on top of that. For San Jose to get rid of Hertl at this stage, it would have to be massive. An absolutely unreal deal. We're going to get the details here, but this is humongous. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I did not expect Hertl to be dealt. We're going to be getting all the updates here in a little bit, so do not go anywhere, boys. What do we think is going back to San Jose? I mean, I think it would have to involve Stevenson, 2024 first rounder, and probably another top prospect. Probably something along the lines of a Lucas Cormier or it depends on what San Jose, how far along they want these prospects, because it could be a Cormier or a Brisson, or it could be maybe a David Edstrom, who's playing well in the SHL this year. We've already seen San Jose going after a lot of Swedes recently. Maybe they go after another. David Edstrom could be another option there. Oh boy. Oh boy. We got 1 minute to go into the deadline, boys. Everything that needs to happen now. But we get just a bomb right before the deadline appears. Looks like Hertl will be going to Vegas. This is insane. Vegas gets another humongous deal. Holy crap. Pending trade call. Hertl is going to Vegas. Dude, this is wild. This is absolutely wild. Also, apparently from Ryan Nowitzki, Colin Miller is going to the Winnipeg Jets. That's a sneaky, solid deal there. I like that. I like that for them. I like that. I like that. Oh man, this is absolutely wild. This is absolutely wild, man. Hertl to the friggin' Knights. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. What is going on? What is going on? What's going on, man? And 2 p.m. is here. The trade deadline is over. Officially. The clock has stopped. Deadline has officially passed. Any deal that can happen has happened. Holy crap, man. Hertl going to Las Vegas. This seems to be the last big bombshell. Unless we get anything else here, it looks like that will be it. Hertl going to Vegas. There could be some more trades that leak, though. There could be some more trades that leak, so we have to see. We'll have to see here. This is humongous. Hertl going to Vegas. I cannot believe it, man. I cannot believe it. Holy crap. Pending trade call. Dude. Deadline is over. Deadline is over. We're going to get everything leaking here in a few minutes time. Do not go anywhere, y'all. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button if you guys are enjoying the hype in the live stream. We're going to keep it going. We're going to keep it going all throughout. So do not go anywhere. This is the place to be, and we'd love to have you all throughout. This is wild. This is wild. The trade deadline is here. Come on. Come on. What is a part of this Hurdle deal? Oh. But Tomas Hurdle going to Vegas. David Pagano says first rounders going back to San Jose for Hurdle deal. First rounders, would it be 2024 and 2025 or 2024 and 2026? What does Pagano mean? Prospects as well? Could prospects be going back too? Oh dear, man. Oh dear. I can't even imagine what Elliot Freeman's phone looks like right now. Ava, welcome back to the member gang. Thank you so much for coming in the grab gang stud level. Appreciate that. Let's get some Ava hype in the chat. Oh dear. Oh dear. All right, y'all. We're gonna get these trades filtering in. Let us know, is there any last minute deals that get revealed? Let us know down below. And of course, guys, we'll be going at 2:15 p.m. Central. So these trades gotta happen within the next 13 minutes. But we'll be making a trade video after this stream, grading every single team's trade deadline. So subscribe to that, hit that notification bell so you guys are able to get up to date on that and know exactly when that video comes out. Holy mama. Holy friggin' mama. Somebody reveal the package, please. Jeez. Please, man. We're waiting here. Man. You can't just give us the Hurdle trade and then just dip. You can't just do this. Ugh. Winnipeg does get Colin Miller, though. That was one of the other deals that was kind of revealed all at once. And I like that for the Jets. Miller has been, I think, always a pretty under-the-radar D. I loved him when he was with the Stars. Hasn't had the greatest year in New Jersey, but then again, who on that defense has? I think as a 7 for 60, you could do pretty well there. Fluffy with a 2. Grab put on the Vegas jersey. Thanks for the love. Vegas has gotten enough of good luck today. They're fine. They can live without. Ugh. Dude, where is the trade? Where's the trade details? Come on, man. Apparently from NHL News, the Canucks did not re-sign Phil Kessel. So there's that. So no Phil Kessel deal with Vancouver, which is very sad. Very, very sad. Trevor with the 2. Dennis Gurianov, redemption story in Philly. I pray. Under John Tortorella, I'm not sure about that, but hey, I think he could do very well with their AHL team. Thank you for the 2, Trevor. So it doesn't look like Buchnevich is going to be dealt, or Vatrano. We haven't heard anything about those two, and I feel like it might be too late for those guys to be traded. At least that's what it looks like right now. Vegas, man. Hurdle. What is Vegas going to even look like with Tomas Hurdle? I mean, that's the big. That's why I feel like they need to trade a center or some. Like, look at their. This is just crazy. Look at their friggin' forward group. They got Eichel, Karlsson, Waugh already. You gonna put William Karlsson on the wing? Or you gonna put Waugh on the wing? Like, Hurdle is wild. Wild, man. Unreal. I can't, I just, like, that's so out of nowhere. So crazy that it's so Vegas Golden Knights, isn't it? So Vegas. So Vegas. We are going to get all the trades leaking out here in a second, y'all. We still don't know really much of anything about the Hurdle deal here, but Hurdle is confirmed to go to Vegas. Stick with us here because we're going to be breaking down the Hurdle trade details once they come out. This is going to be a weird, spicy meatball. This is going to be a weird, spicy meatball, boys and girls. Oh, I can't even believe what's going on. I can't even believe what's going on. Please, can somebody give us the details on this? Might have to get my power player connections. I'm really surprised Kakko wasn't traded. That is, I mean, maybe he's a part of this deal somehow. I mean, who even knows anymore? Who even knows anymore what Vegas does? Rip Maple Leafs every year. Yeah, so my bold prediction of the Leafs not making any major deals seems to be correct. Also, the bold prediction about the 3-team trade, about the Devils being sellers at this deadline, did come true as well. what else was even a part of that? I said the Rangers would get Buchnevich, which doesn't seem like it's going to be happening, but we'll see. Hurdle on the wing, I'd imagine, if it was like a 200-foot game. Maybe. That would be weird. That would be really, really strange. Hurricanes, Rangers, 7-game series. Who wins? Hurricanes, no doubt. No doubt this year. Like, not even a doubt in my mind the Carolina Hurricanes win that series. Oh my gosh, please, somebody. Please. Somebody put out the details. I'm refreshing like heck right now, man. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So from Puckpedia, after setting down Morelli and Froze today, Vegas has $7.04 million in cap space remaining in LTIR. They need They first need to fit Hurdle in at 8.1 before adding him to LTIR. Options for the needed LTIR space are adding Howden, Carrier, Durofiev, Martinez to LTIR. Okay, so maybe they're just able to add him on for nothing. I love Nova, man. This seemed like the year to go for it now. I'm not so sure. Yeah, I mean, Colorado, the Central Division the West has gotten unbearably better. Like, it's unreal. So from David Pagnota, Vegas, Hurdle had to waive his no-move clause to go to Vegas. He has 6 more years left on his contract. He's injured right now, but as I mentioned on NHL Network, he'll be ready for the playoffs. That is, imagine being Hurdle, bro, and you're like, oh, do you want to go to Vegas, dude? do you want to go to the Vegas Golden Knights? Thank you, Paul, for subscribing. Welcome to the Grab Gang. Oh, man. Oh, man. The Vegas friggin' Golden Knights, man. The Vegas friggin' Golden Knights. I'm still expecting it to, I mean, we heard from Pagnota it could be multiple firsts. I expect a first to be a part of that. The 2024 first is as good as gone. I still think a prospect like David Edstrom is pretty likely in a deal like this as well. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Guys, right now we're at 73,625 subs. Thank you guys so much for all the support here. If you guys haven't hit that subscribe button, make sure you do so for all of the hockey content as we go through the whole trade deadline. We'll be putting out a huge video later today, grading all of the trade deadline moves and every team at the trade deadline this year that you guys won't want to miss. So hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and also just hit the subscribe button for weekday videos every single week. And in the future, of course, we'll be making tons of content on the playoffs, on free agency, on the draft that you won't want to miss out on. So make sure you guys stick here with the Grab Gang, and of course, you get a shout out if you do subscribe. And if any of you guys are new and have subscribed, let us know in the chat as well, and we'll be getting going on that. Oh, Kevin Weeks. Kevin Weeks with a bomb, it looks like. Kevin Weeks, Vegas gave Sharks 2 firsts for Thomas Hurdle, and there is heavy salary retention. Yeah, what? Heavy salary retention for a guy with 6 years left? What? No way. No way. Ethan with a 279, is it still possible for Crosby to be dealt? No. He's not being dealt. Not going to happen. 100% no. Heavy salary retention on a Thomas Hurdle deal is wild. Wild. Also from Chris Johnson and David Savard and Pierre LeBrun, David Savard stays put, and the Habs are done for the day. So no other trades that the Montreal Canadiens made. And it makes sense. They already traded all their guys, or most of their guys. And I'm not mad about that. I'm not mad about that. But 2 firsts for Hurdle. Is that it? Is it just gonna be 2 first rounders? That's wild. I will say this: only 2 first rounders for heavy salary retention on Hurdle's deal to a division rival, to the Vegas Golden Knights. I think that's an L. I think that is an L for the San Jose Sharks. Think about it, though. Division rivals. Your best player. Your franchise face. And you can't just get 2 first rounders. For heavy salary retention for 6 years? 6 years. I will be 27 when they stop retaining on that deal. 27 years old. To your division rival. If it's just 2 first-round picks, Mike Grier should be fired tonight. Tonight. Because it's Vegas. They're not going to be good first-rounders anyways. You need at least some other prospect on top of that. Somebody else. I mean, yeah, San Jose isn't going to need that cap space for a while, but still, And like, they should be good by at least 4 years' time. And they're going to be retaining millions of dollars on Hertl? To me, Hertl is like the one guy you keep in San Jose. Like, I don't know. You need veterans. You need somebody to usher in the next generation. And I just feel like, especially, I mean, I can understand why you'd want to trade him if you want to get a big haul back, but the salary retention, David Edstrom, key part of the trade to San Jose. Locked in, boys. Locked in. We called it. We called it. David Edstrom, a big part of the trade. There we go. Okay, so if it's 2 firsts and Edstrom, fine. Edstrom is a really solid prospect, but been doing really good in Sweden this year. Was solid with the World Juniors, really smart, really capable. Could be a pretty solid middle 6 center in the future. I like getting Edstrom. If they can get Edstrom in 2 firsts, that is big. That is really, really big. Oh man. Edstrom, that is humongous for San Jose to get Edstrom. Humongous. Bong says first, David Edstrom, Hertl, third. Retained and picks. Vegas has a witch doctor casting spells on the league, pretty much. Mason, thank you so much for subscribing. Oh, man. All right. Hertl is going to Vegas. And, folks, we're going to be making our grades for the deadline in a couple hours and a big video there. Thank you guys so much for joining us for the trade deadline. It looks like Hertl is really the big move that's come out right before the deadline. And, well, we're going to be talking about in that trade video for sure. Pretty wild. Let us know in the chat down below, though. With what it's looking like right now, is it a W or an L for the San Jose Sharks? Who wins that trade, San Jose or Vegas? Let us know all your thoughts. Of course, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button if you guys haven't already. Man, I can't believe it. Yeah, so apparently it's apparently what San Jose gets is a first in 2025, David Edstrom, Hertl at 17% retention, and a third in 2025 and a third in 2027. I mean, it's fine. I think Edstrom is a really big part of that deal. Get a couple extra thirds. It's okay. Only about 17% retention. That's not the end of the world then. It's fine. I would say it's pretty even then at that point. I mean, the extra thirds definitely do help. That's interesting, though. That's interesting. I'm surprised that Vegas didn't give up anybody on the roster either. That's pretty wild. Let us know, though, Sharks or Golden Knights, who wins the trade? And again, hit that subscribe button if you guys are new. Thank you guys so much for coming in. And again, if you guys want to win on the Chris Chelios signed jersey, go in the description, sign up to Sleeper Fantasy, and if you deposit using promo code GRAB, you'll be officially entered. That ends tonight, and you guys will want to get on it before it ends. So we'll see you guys then. And we'll see you for the video later tonight. Thank you, Fluffy, for the 2. Gonna end the stream here. We'll be getting you guys the grade video later today. So I'll see you guys for that. Have a great day and a great trade deadline. And I will see you in the next one, folks. Goodbye.